Hello everyone. Welcome to our 8th episode of 5 Steps Ahead. This is Devika and Shruti speaking to you from the Steel City, Hamilton in Ontario and Raleigh in North Carolina. This week we are talking about the elevator pitch. Selling yourself is a very important part of your professional development. We do it offhandedly every single day. For example, while talking to our friends, when discussing ideas and hobbies that excite us, or while going out on a date. So, how about perfecting the art of delivering the elevator pitch professionally? So, Shruti, how would you define an elevator pitch?
Well, if you were to Google elevator pitch, you would find this result. An elevator pitch is defined as a succinct and persuasive sales pitch. But I would say in the context of one's career development, the pitch is aimed at selling oneself. So, why is it really called an elevator pitch?
Imagine this. What if you were to meet someone that you were trying so hard to get an appointment with, taking an elevator with you? That will be your one golden chance to make an impression. That's what it's all about. Your aim should be to deliver a concise and convincing personal statement within the time taken for an average elevator ride, and that should be approximately 20 to 30 seconds.
Also, in my opinion, we could look at it as something that symbolizes our own ascension in our careers. Sort of like the elevator ride to higher positions. So, what can you say within 20 to 30 seconds? Well, obviously there's a lot that you can say, but what should you really say? I think you have to talk about who you are. Certainly your name and affiliations, but don't go overboard with getting into the details. What's more important is to convey what's valuable to you, because that's what is going to really define who you are. And also strike a chord with those like-minded individuals in your audience. While the content has to be good, it's also essential that the content can be easily recalled by the listener. In other words, you want to be remembered. For this, you have to make sure that you have your listeners' attention. So how do you achieve that? There's the age-old marketing technique that advertisers use. The caption or the tagline. Try and give a crisp and interesting sort of prelude to what you're going to say. This way, you catch the ear of your listener. So now, moving on, let's test a few example pitches. Here's how mine would go. Hi, I'm Shruti. I have a PhD in human genetics. I worked on genomic rearrangements in children with intellectual disability. I am looking for a research position in the field of clinical genetics. I hope to make a difference in patients' lives. Now, while my intent and passion are mentioned, the pitch as such isn't really memorable, which also goes to say that I will be forgotten. There is some specific information about the PhD work, which isn't really necessary here. It can be reserved for someone who would like to continue the conversation with me later. So, Devika, let's hear yours.
Awesome. I'm Devika. I just graduated with my PhD recently. I am looking to explore career opportunities involving business and science communication. A friend of mine told me that sales and marketing people attended these networking events, so that's what brings me here. This elevator pitch works perfectly in a networking event. There is an introduction and intent. But adding a bit of my perspective and passion towards the job I am looking for could have enhanced this pitch a lot more.
Consider this one. Imagine how you can shape your future if you could foresee the mistakes you were about to make. That's exactly what we, Careers Infinite, want to help you achieve. We offer you the opportunity to learn from experienced professionals about their career path, choices, and regrets. If you're about to embark upon the same path as them, It is a glimpse of what lies ahead of you.
That was a good elevator pitch. It had all the 3 key features: your information, intent, and passion. Well, folks, I hope listening to these examples gives you some perspective on the elevator pitch. Remember, practice makes perfect. So, work on your elevator pitches and give us a shout out to share them, or if you need any help tweaking it. To summarize our key points, keep your elevator pitch simple. Talk about who you are and what you do or like to do. Make sure the elevator pitch can be easily understood and your information recalled by your audience. Don't hesitate to adapt to the conversation. Remember, your elevator pitch has to have 3 main points: your information, intent, and passion. With that, if you're interested in more resources for career development, check out www.careersinfinite.com for the previous episodes from the networking series in our podcast 5 Steps Ahead. If you like this episode, please rate it and subscribe to 5 Steps Ahead in iTunes or your favorite podcast app. We love to hear back from you. Thank you and stay tuned for our next series.